Huh. Look at this. A grandpa noticed he was the only one thinking straight. Huh. And he wondered what's up with these guys. Huh. Oh my god. You see, if you live longer, you see
Here's
stuff.
another exciting episode of the stupid shit I used to believe when I was a Christian. Spiritual warfare. I often laugh as soon as I say it because it's so ridiculous. Because every time something would happen, I would run to my prayer closet and fall on my knees and begin to travail and rebuke and bind the devil. And I never paid attention to the fact that I had done that 100 times before and nothing ever changed. I know. I know. That's some stupid shit.
Oh, good vibes, man.
Alright, this is going to give you the key to overcoming the enemy. The serpent and the dust. God cursed the serpent to eat dust as a punishment, Genesis 3:14, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. God formed man from the dust of the earth, Genesis 2:7, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Abraham says, I, who am but dust and ashes. God raises up a people from the dust of the earth to walk upon the earth while simultaneously walking in the spirit. The serpent can only devour the flesh, not the spirit. Walk not in the flesh, but in the spirit. But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the desires of the flesh are against the Spirit, and the desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. If we're still walking in sin, we can be delivered over to Satan for the destruction, devouring of the flesh, so that our spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Alright, now check this. In Job, God says to Satan, where have you come from? Said the Lord to Satan. Satan replies, from roaming through the earth, he replied, and walking back and forth in it. You, roaming through the earth, the dust of the earth, he's trying to devour your flesh. And here's the key. When he tempts us and we give in, we are feeding our fleshly desires. And when we feed our fleshly desires, we feed the serpent. That is why we must resist the devil so that he will flee from us. Because when he lays the temptation before us and we give into it, we are literally feeding him. But if we resist, we don't give him anything to feed off of, and therefore he will flee from us.
Huh. That is an interesting perspective, man.
What the? What the hell is that? That's huge. I would not have a clue what that is, but they're all connected.
If anyone can tell me what this is, let me know in the comments.
Huh. What is that thing? Is that a fish or a snake or what?
Don't believe what they're telling you. My name's Joseph Jr. Rogan, and these things are not real. I was there when they came out of the water. I don't know if they're aliens or interdimensional beings or giants that have always been here. So there are many of these creatures all around the world. They came out of the ocean, and the small town in France actually let one of them live amongst them, and he walks around the entire town. There's a lot of footage of this creature, and the crazy part is that this giant actually communicates telepathically. Don't tell me all these people are out to see a giant puppet, a giant wooden puppet. No, he just looks like that, but he's actually real. It's a cover-up. As for the US, the ones that came out in the US on the Pacific coast, it was hidden and covered up. The US citizens are not allowed to know about this, Why? I don't know. But I have confirmed this with my father, and he knows Alex Jones. He's had him on the podcast, and it is confirmed. There's no other possibility for these things being puppets. They're not. But the people that have decided to speak up on the podcast have actually said that this thing, it's not so easy. It's not so easy for it to move around above water, out of water. So if you noticed, it came out of the water with a head mask, one of those old school looking ones, but they get very winded on higher elevations, and that's why you see the ropes. People actually have to assist it. The eyeballs, you can tell they get tired and lazy, and this giant actually has to take a lot of breaks, and they help it get up. But then once you notice on the other footage, they untie it and it moves around on its own. I don't think there's enough inner mechanical parts for a giant thing to move around. Not like that, and not in these days at least. One of the guests on my father's podcast actually said that they have seen this thing being connected to a giant cable, and they said it looked like an Ethernet cable. So people are actually theorizing that this thing is the first artificial intelligence creature. So it actually brought itself to life. And if this is the case, are we doomed? Do you guys think that if it creates more of these replicas, we will be enslaved? I think this might be the beginning of something a lot bigger than we can imagine. This AI thing is getting out of hand. Just think about it. What are we gonna do with giant, smarter creatures walking around telling us what to do? Just like we're like little rats or something. We're walking around. We're nothing but little creatures causing chaos around the world. I'm pretty sure they're gonna correct us on our errors. They can calculate, but more than Einstein can imagine the future. It's ridiculous how much more accurate they are at calculating the future. If we are like little rodents overpopulating the planet and destroying the planet's ecosystems, and they already know how to control us the way we control rodents, it's only a matter of time till Neuralinks or chips on our brain are going to be used to control us and let us know when we're able to breed or when we're able to actually do something. The technology is already there. You can already see that they know how to map out our brain with MRIs, and they can actually calculate our movements just through routers, just through the Wi-Fi, using Wi-Fi and routers in our house. We don't stand a chance. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we think of stuff and we open our phone. We don't even have to say it out loud anymore. And we get shown a video that we were thinking of. We never said it out loud. This technology is already around the world. So if we're barely seeing all of this, and the government technology is 20 to 30 years, or 20, I think it's 20 to 50 years advanced than what the public knows, then I'm pretty sure they know how to read our thoughts or even control our thoughts. How do we know? How do we know that they're not even using me to explain to you what's going on right now? We don't know. I don't even know if these are my thoughts. Do you know if your thoughts are all natural? I don't think so. Look at the world, the movie Focus. You think you know, but you're just being even magicians, they subliminally program your mind for your answer. You didn't think of that all on your own. They showed you images to program what you're about to think.
Follow to see more.
Oh, what do you think is really going on there? You see, let's leave your thoughts on that.
So we all know how Werner von Braun and Walt Disney were best friends, right? Not only in the cartoons, but Mickey Mouse and his spaceship, page 1. And on page 11, boy, they love their numbers. They have their spaceship building in their barn at barn 6. And they have to have several shots of not only the moon, but of the spherical Earth out the window, and then coming back to land. People literally ask me all the time, why does flat earth matter? It matters so much because they are trying to hide God. It is such a big answer that people cannot wrap their brain around this. But I'm telling you right now, once you look into this and you lean into this, it literally shows you everything that's going on in our world. This is our great pal, Mr. Disney, and his friend, Werner von Braun. And on Werner von Braun's tombstone is Psalms 19:1, which is literally telling you about the firmament and how the firmament shows the handiwork of God's creation.
Oh my god, that's some creepy information. Oh, what do you think the dog thought? Is that possible? What else shall never end? Oh, look at that. Oh my god. What?
In order to proceed, I must now ask if any person here present. If any person here present knows of any lawful impediment by which should not be joined in matrimony, you should declare it now. Non-bovine only. I think we're good to go. We're going to move swiftly on.
What do you think the cow knows? Good people of Earth.
What do we get from you? What's in there?
What's in that box? What's in it? Here, let me see. What is in this? What? What is that?
Who is that?
Who is that?
What's that?
Who is that? Who is that little girl? Oh my! Oh, who is that?
Careful.
Careful, nice, be nice. Hey, Jax, be nice. Be nice. Hey, be nice.
Calm down.
Be nice.
Calm down.
Hey, be nice, please.
Oh man, that was some beautiful, beautiful video. 1000. Friends? Fairies are very real. Look at this. When you thought fairies didn't exist until now, Good people of Earth, is this true or is this some fairy tale story? Oh my god. Is this some fairy or is a dragonfly? See, I'm wondering. See, maybe how this thing is made, you might misinterpret and think that this one is a human in a small scale. What do you think, good people of Earth? You see, do you really think this stuff exists for real, for real? Good people of Earth, please, from where you are watching from, leave some comments. I'd like to know because you see, people have different stories across the whole world. And from this end of the world, those were just stories to entertain children about fairies and ogres and giants. And I'm very surprised when I see them here. You see?
Have you guys seen this? Apparently they're called mandrake plants. I've never even heard about this, y'all. But she took it out of the pot and the plant started screaming. Do y'all see it? So I was confused as to why that plant was making a high-pitched frequency. So I found this, y'all. Check this out. Apparently plants produce a high-pitched frequency when they get stressed.
New study suggests that when plants are under stress, they release a high-pitched sound that is inaudible to human ears. The research, published in the journal Science, provides the first evidence that plants produce ultrasonic sounds when they are damaged, and that these sounds may help them to recover from stress. The study was conducted by a team of researchers from the University of Western Australia and the University of Cambridge. The team used a technique called laser Doppler vibrometry to measure the vibrations of a plant leaf as it was cut with a razor. They found that when the leaf was cut, it emitted a high-pitched sound with a frequency of around 20 kilohertz. The team then tested whether this sound had any effect on the plant's ability to recover from stress. They found that plants that were exposed to the sound of a cut leaf recovered from stress more quickly than plants that were not exposed to the sound.
So I guess them screaming is a way of them being under distress, and it's healing them in a sense. This is like frequency healing, vibration healing, sound bath. Y'all see that, right? Now, I wouldn't think nothing of it, but even the Bible mentions the mandrake plant. You see, it says for thousands of years, this plant was revered by many cultures, which ascribes to its mysterious and demonic qualities. Mandrake is mentioned in the Bible, and its biblical use is generally attributed to its supposed fertility power. So what do you guys think about that plant? Is that real or not? I mean, I remember a scene in Harry Potter where they showed this stuff. But here we are with that little girl, and then them talking about the Bible as well. So let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during this interesting time. You already know we in this shift, y'all. We getting it. Let's get it. Peace in.
What type of brat is that? Looks like some Harry Potter stuff.
This photo right here was taken by the Cassini spacecraft, going at 60,000 miles an hour. How far is Pluto from the sun? So far that the sun is like a star, but it's this well lit, going at 60,000 miles an hour, and it caught this beautiful picture with a friggin' Pluto's head on it. They're mocking us. Here's something, Jupiter is a gassy, stormy, giant planet, right? These two pictures are taken over 2 years apart. They said, oh, look, we got this crazy aurora, right? Do you use any photo software? Could you do that in under a minute? Okay,
I could do that.
You could probably do it better. Okay. But if you lay these two over each other, every single little detail is exactly the same. It's just this one is a little lighter than this one. They're the exact same photos. So you have to believe 2 years later that all of those windstorms and everything haven't changed. It's the exact same photo. It's mockery. They're mocking the stupidity of the people of this world.
Something called grave soaking. Have you heard of grave soaking? No, because in Kenya we don't.
This lady knows exactly what she's talking about. And I've been to a cult. I've been in a cult for like 3 years. And I'll tell you for free, she knows her stuff. She knows what she's talking about. Either spiritually, or maybe she's by affiliation, she was there maybe before. Or I don't know how. Or maybe she's Holy Spirit led, and that's why she's able to talk about this thing. And let me tell you for sure, she knows what she's talking about. In Kenya, we always adore prosperity gospel. That is something that was sold to us, and we dived into it, and we take our money there thinking, panda mbegu, kesho Mungu ataleta ingine. Those BS actually do not work. Let me tell you for free. If God planned you to get something and then you panda mbegu and get it, don't affiliate it to that. Those might be prayers of your forefathers and your parents and just blessings from God because it was fed that you will prosper at that given time. This lady knows exactly what she's saying, and in the cult that I was in, I saw myself getting into it. Yes, so I do not blame many people once they get into it. But this is a warning that has come beforehand, and let's just embrace it and do exactly that. Because you see yourself getting in, and that church, they used to tell us, I would ask questions, and I'm told, do not ask questions, prepare, the Messiah is coming. Later on we came, a few of us who had actually left that place, and I realized there were people laying eggs that you guys consume. I'm not saying all eggs are bad in the market. Believe you me, nowadays, before I buy eggs, I must see feathers around it, or maybe from a farmer's place. Because these mayai that are sold in Sokoni, some people actually were bathing these eggs and you're eating. So much is happening in the spiritual realm that you do not know. And this girl here, she's been sent at this time to warn people. Boy, oh boy, you should have seen how Uhuru Park was really full. It was really, really full. So this is just a warning to all of us, and we just need to embrace the warning and actually do according to what the Holy Spirit calls us to do. But one advice from me is that stick to your forefathers' churches. If it's PCA, ACK, Catholic, Friends Church, Church of God, stick to those initial churches. They know what they're doing. And I know some people will come here and argue, oh, I've seen, I don't know, fathers doing what, I've seen some bishops doing what, I've seen pastors from this church doing what. No. That is a spirit of confusion that actually goes to confuse those people so that you're diverted to go and believe in other things that should not be. So my people, listen to this lady's full-length video for you to get to understand, and also pray for discernment. That's all from me. Bye.
I was today years old when I found out girls measure with different inches than men.
It's actually a very common misunderstanding. I'm always surprised by how few people know this. But if you look at a ruler, you'll find a very easy conversion rate. Over here, where it says IN, that is women inches, and the IN stands for incorrect. CM over here stands for correct measurement, and those are man inches. Now, you'll notice that the 8 and the 3 are very similar. They're almost exactly the same. That's how you get a man describing something as 8 inches where a woman will only see 3. It's really just different measurements.
Oh my God. The baby goats feeling tough with their guardians. Huh? Oh, look at this. Oh, this dog is taking care of goats. That's incredible. Mary Magdalene, wife of Yeshua. Ha! 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 Oh my God. Yeshua, son of Mary and Gabriel. Look at this. This is crazy. Oh, good people of us. Sometimes I'm surprised about this stuff I see here. Oh my God. The image of the beast. Ha! This is crazy. Wow. Oh my God. Look at this. What is going on here? Oh my God. Oh, things have gotten hot here. Oh, look at him. Good people of earth. This is mind blowing. Ooh.
Per your request, here we go with the Emerald Tablets by Thoth the Atlantean. The history of these tablets translated go beyond your farthest imagination. Dating back 36,000 years BC, the writer is Thoth, the Atlantean priest king. He founded a colony in ancient Egypt after the destruction of Atlantis. He was the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza. He incorporated in it his knowledge of ancient wisdom in ancient instruments of Atlantis. For some 16,000 years, he ruled the ancient race of Egypt. From approximately 50,000 BC up to 36,000 BC, he raised this ancient barbarous race to high levels of civilization. Thoth is an immortal. He has conquered death, passing only when he willed it, and even then, not through death. His vast wisdom made him ruler over the various Atlantean colonies, including the ones in South and Central America. When it was time for him to leave Egypt, he erected the pyramids over the great entrance of the Hall of Amenti and appointed guards to forever preserve these secrets of his. This was the wisdom of the highest of his people. And in later time, the descendants of these guards became the pyramid priests, while Thoth was deified as the god of wisdom. The recorder by those in the age of darkness which followed him passing. In legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, the halls of the gods, where the soul passed after death for judgment.
Look at this. Oh my god. What's up with this bird? Oh, what type of movement is this? Oh, is this some real bird or some
Have you
conspiracy
seen this
bird?
controversial video making its way across the internet? Take a listen and let me know how you feel.
Millennials might be the last generation to have experienced the world when it was still truly beautiful. And hear me out on this, because I haven't been able to stop thinking about this since I realized this is where it all changed, and this is the TikTok that you're going to be thinking about all week long. So in order for this to sink in, as long as you're not driving, what I want you to do is close your eyes, because it's the summer of 2006. It's 10 a.m. You're just a kid. You're lying in your bed in your room, and you are bored. There is nothing to do because there's nothing good on TV. You don't have a cell phone, and you can't use the internet because you're not allowed to, because it ties up the phone line. The whole house is quiet. And that's why you can hear the breeze outside, and that's where we all got acquainted with that bird that we came to know so well. And you are just lying there, wondering if your crush is thinking about you, wondering if there's still pizza rolls in the freezer, wondering what it is you're going to do today. And that quiet isn't interrupted by a notification. That quiet is interrupted by the doorbell. Or maybe it's one of 30 texts that you'll get this month because that's all you paid for on your plan. But your day is interrupted by your squad who shows up on bikes, or maybe they have an older sibling that came to pick you up in their vehicle, and that's like a really, really good day. And when your friends show up, that's when the whole day starts, and you all go out together, and you don't have cell phones, you're just with each other, and you talk to each other face to face. And here's the really big one, is whatever you do today is going to boil down to 3 solid options. You're either going to hit the mall, and you don't go to shop or spend money. Like, you're not going to actually do anything. It's just to be somewhere else together. And you're not going to buy anything or spend any money unless maybe you bump into your crush and their friend group, and then maybe you spend the little money that you have in your pocket to go to the movies or hit the food court. But it's not about the movie, and it's not about the food. It's about the people that you're with. Option number 2 is heading over to somebody's house so that you can all be bored together, and this is where the best memories of our entire lives came from. These are the days and memories that are going to stick with you in your mind, that make you happy just remembering them, and they will stick with you until the day you die. And the thing is, they came off the back of a day that was just boring, but you were with your friends, and you don't realize how special that is when you're in that moment. But you will when you're grown. And those moments are memorable because of the people that you're with. Do you notice a pattern here? Because option number 3, which is going to resonate more for the guys, but option number 3 was heading over to somebody's house for a LAN party or a Halo party, and you all just play video games together. And you're playing in the same house. And it's not really about winning, because it kinda is, but it's not. It's about the people who you are physically with. Now I want you to open your eyes, because we flash forward almost 20 years, and everything I just mentioned still happens, but it's all been corrupted by technology, convenience, and making a buck. Nobody is bored today. Every single second of our lives is trying to be captured by a company. And these corporations are doing that in exchange for what they say is convenience. But here's the thing, even though movies come straight to our devices, we are all watching them alone. Even though we can place the order online and skip the line, we are all eating alone. You can still play video games with your friends. Gen Z and Gen Alpha love doing this. There's Fortnite wizards everywhere. Everybody loves these video games, but the thing is it's all pay to play. It's all microtransactions. You don't buy a game and enjoy it until the next one comes out. There's all kinds of DLC content that you have to pay for, but the really, really big one is that Gen Z and Gen Alpha, when they're playing with their friends are in their ear. They're not right next to them. This generation is never going to know what it's like to get a Kilimanjaro and look across the room at your friend like, what just happened? That's over. And we're not bored anymore. Every single second of our day is controlled by devices with people who are telling us how to think and what to think. I'm doing it to you right now. Your mind isn't idle. It's consuming content that's been created by someone else. And that's the final layer on this like corruption of everything that used to be good about having downtime.
Capitalism has brought us to this place where no one is ever bored, and goods and services are so easily accessible and so customizable that going to the mall or picking a movie or deciding what to eat is no longer about the people that we do that with. It's about us. I can skip the line, place my order online, but I'm not eating with my friends. I can watch the newest shows on my device, but I'm watching them alone. We're doing the same things today that we used to do, but instead of bringing us closer together, the things that we're doing today are isolating us from the people around us. Families watch their shows on their own devices in separate rooms today. Having friends in 2024 doesn't mean the same thing that it did in 2004. And I'm pretty convinced that human beings are not designed to operate like this. We deserve and need face-to-face contact with people who genuinely care about us and who we feel we belong in a tribe with or a group with. And it makes me so sad, but so grateful to be a part of a generation that was literally the last generation to experience the world where that still happened pretty frequently. And I guess I'm thinking about this a lot this week when every ad on my phone has been for this new Apple device that you put on your head, and your children are no longer going to recognize you as mom or dad, but just this like half machine, half person thing. I know you can see straight through it to the little person who's asking you for food, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but they're not seeing you. You might see them, but we're just like drifting apart as a species. And the more that we drift apart, the more that we crave the simpler times when we didn't have all of these distractions. We just had each other. So if you're a millennial and you feel like the world has lost its innocence, maybe that's something that happens with every generation, or maybe this is actually the turning point where humanity stops being what it once was. Let me know where you think we are in the comments.
Oh man, yo, good people of Earth, thank you very much for watching up to this far, man. You see, that last video was really touching because that guy was speaking the truth. You see, in the end, we are all alone behind the screens in your room there when you sleep. You see, you might be sleeping too or if you're extra, but we are all alone in this life. You see, so here we are preaching love, peace, forgiveness, and unity, so that we can be one big family across the whole world. And your neighbor can be caring for you the way you care for yourself, you see, because they know you are family. Like we are here, and thanks for everybody that has hit the like button. Leave some comment there and maybe even hit the super thanks. Big up to everybody, man. You see, today we're also close with another list here of some good vibes people that have been leaving some comments there. You see, this is not a list of everybody, but I might just mention a few. And if you don't get mentioned, you are still appreciated and loved. You see, and if it's your first time here, man, big up and welcome to the family. Hit the subscribe button, the membership, and so we are all about spreading love. You see, let's go with some guys here. Some guy called Bill Collin. Please forgive me if I read these names bad. You know, pronunciation is sometimes creepy. And Bill Collin, much love to yourself. And Aaron Harthan, much love to yourself, man. At Tamika Gordon. Oh, Tamika Gordon. That's a beautiful name, man. And much love to that person. At Mystery Man, at... no, this is a new hard name. Rihanna... Oh my god, Rihanna Agnes, something like that. Please, it's good vibes, man. Much love to everybody there that has been leaving some comment. And you see, we have opened a shop there which we put our merchandise. It's been quite some time and no one has even bothered to look. Good people of Earth, why don't you be the first one to grab something there? Even if it's a sticker, a hoodie, anything. Just be the first one to promote love, you see? Respect yourself. Peace and love be with you. Till next time, man. Bye bye.